Welcome to P English Literature, a YouTube channel that conveys Amazon, Goodreads, blog, and video book reviews coupled with interviews with authors. It's a perfect channel for book lovers, authors, and writers generally. P English Literature, the exact channel for you and me. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel at P English Literature. Today is another episode of another video book review, and I'm talking about a short novella titled Abigail by Daemon Manx. This is actually a short read of 46 pages, and my review of this book is actually going to be very short and concise and also straight to the point. But before I move into the review, I want to read to you about the author page that was published alongside the book, because this book is owned by an independent published author. So I'm going to be reading to you about the author from my system here. So Daemon Manx writes horror and speculative fiction. His stories have been featured in magazines in the US as well as Europe. He has worked in the music industry. He has been a contestant on the game show Wheel of Fortune and once drove in Ronald Reagan's limousine. He currently lives off their grid with his sister and their narcoleptic cat Sidon, where they patiently prepare for the apocalypse. So that's the short about the author that was published alongside the book. You know, Abigail is the story of a queer man who dynamically come about a baby in his doorstep when he was coming from a date. And you know, the scenario within this event is actually something that is undescribable to him, as he found it extremely strange, and you know, ultimately have to take in the baby, and you know, he started taking care of him. You know, Andrea was the name of the protagonist of this book, as well as Abigail herself, and her strange, you know, characteristics of feature that define her personality. So Andrea took in Abigail, and from this point he began to cater for her need, order some things, and start taking care of her like his own daughter. There is something that is particular about Abigail herself, which Andrea did not, you know, quickly realize, but he later realizes in a future time subsequently that she has the power to control love and to make people to, you know, love her or change the atmosphere of a particular place at a given time. Because Andre himself is someone who has been stigmatized because of his sexual orientation by society, but as long as Abigail had come into his life, there's this kind of magical changes that occur between him and the way the society received him. From this point, there's a way that Andre was being, you know, received anywhere he goes to. He receives some sort of likeness in as much as possible that he goes along with Abigail. And there's something that is more particular about Abigail's feature, that's a facial look. There's something about her look. She has an horn on her head. She has a kind of a scale around her body, and she looks like someone that is not from this world, probably from another world entirely. And this feature that Abigail possesses scared Andre so well that he had to seek the consent of his doctor friend, Dr. Mike. And from this point, you know, Andre took Abigail to Dr. Mike. When they get to the hospital, there's this kind of a surge likeness that, you know, that Andre and Abigail experience. Everybody who come to the hospital come to look at the girl. Oh, this girl is very fine, she's beautiful, etc. Okay, until the point whereby Andre was able to meet with Dr. Mike, and it was at this point that Dr. Mike made mention of it that, oh, she is a Socibus. And I'm actually very, you know, wasn't familiar with this word called Socibus until I had to make some research and consult my dictionary, and I was able to realize that Socibus are, you know, female demons that appear to man in their dream to have sex with them, thus incapacitating them and rendering them inactive, and even cause them some sort of death. And you know, that's one of the reasons I actually find this book deep into, you know, mythology, because some point also expound on demon gynecology, and I was like, wow, this book is extremely strange. It's that even as much depicting the feature of the author Manx being an oral writer, and I love the author's choice of word and its use of hyperbole because I found myself laughing at some sentences that fall under this category, and it was really interesting as I keep reading this short book. It's a short novella and I wouldn't love to say much about it. If you would like to get a copy of this book, I left a link in the description part of this video. If you would like to get a copy directly on Amazon, it is a nice read, though I wasn't really familiar with this kind of novel because I found it moving into demon gynecology, into sociable physiology. Well, I think that proves the author's feature as being an oral writer. Okay, this is actually going to be my review of this book. I don't want to spoil it because it's actually a novella and it won't be fine if I say much about it rather than what I've just said about it. So if you'd like to get a copy of this book, it's in the description part of this video, and this is where I'm going to be stopping my review of this book. If you're yet to subscribe to this channel, please do hit the subscribe button over there. Thank you so much for watching my video book review of Abigail by Daemon Manx. See you